Mariner legend, the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, getting it done. It was a family affair. He had his dad, he had his brother out there. Cal Raleigh, the first catcher ever to win the All-Star Home Run Derby. Holy Mike Piazza and Pudge Rodriguez and all other catchers have gone, years gone by, as Cal Raleigh outlasted the player that many thought was going to win this from Tampa Bay, Junior Caminero. Good name, and he's got big things ahead once he leaves Tampa Bay and goes to a different team. But the final round of the Home Run Derby, as Cal Raleigh hit not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, 18 dingers for Cal Raleigh. And Caminero had 15, and so he'll have to settle for a smaller check for Major League Baseball. More on that in a minute. But Cal Raleigh does join Ken Griffey Jr., the Hall of Famer, the only two Mariners to win that particular event. And the thing that I love about this as a talk show host is that this was a rigged deal. There was controversy. How do you rig the Home Run Derby? How does one do that? Well, I don't know if rigged is the right word, but Cal Raleigh was almost eliminated. Shoulda, coulda, woulda been eliminated in the very first round of the Derby. He would have been eliminated by the Athletics' Brent Rooker. Now, let me explain if you did not watch and you have not been paying attention here. So at the end of round one, Cal Raleigh and Brent Rooker from West Sacramento's A's, not just Sacramento, it's West Sacramento. So they had the same amount of home runs. They were tied with 17 home runs. However, Major League Baseball said, well, the tiebreaker goes to Cal Raleigh by the slimmest of slim margins, by the hair on my chinny chin chin. And I'm not kidding. Major League Baseball claimed that the longest home run by Cal Raleigh traveled 470.61 feet. They said that Brent Rooker of the A's, his longest home run went 470 feet, 0.53. I'm not making any of this up. I'm not making this up. So let us discuss the question. Do you buy the conspiracy theories that have popped up on the interweb that Major League Baseball took care of Cal Raleigh to make sure that he was not eliminated in the first round of the Home Run Derby? Did the deep state of Major League Baseball pull some shenanigans to help push Cal Raleigh along? So on this one, I've got quantum physics, Slumdog Millionaire, and Sasquatch. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a hot pastrami sandwich. Now, not a cold pastrami sandwich, a hot pastrami sandwich.
Yummy.
On a hoagie roll. That is what we're going to make. So, A, to answer the question, do you buy into the conspiracy? Now, I would assume that you listen occasionally to the show, and you know that I am selective. I do not totally dismiss conspiracy. I don't. I have a collection, as Alf the Alien Opiner can prove, of tinfoil hats. In fact, I've been immortalized on the internet for my tinfoil hat love. On this one, I'm in. I am absolutely in. All right, so let me go through this. I'm nodding my head yes. You can't see me because it's radio. If you can, you're a stalker. I'm calling the cops. So guilty as charged. Guilty as charged in this. In a sane world, the world that I like to think that I'm part of, you would think if there's a tie, what do you do? What do? You go to a swing off. That's what you do. Two hitters tied, swing off. And that was originally, see, this is the thing that buys into the conspiracy. If you were watching the broadcast, originally, who's the guy with the hairpiece, Carl Ravitch? Carl Ravitch, he was on TV there saying he thought there was going to be a swing off. On the TV broadcast, they were talking about a swing off. Then the plot thickened. They changed their story. Big Brother got involved. Yep, they changed their story. Baseball decided they were going to get cute. Cutesy. They got cutesy. They pulled out the StatCast ruler. Cal Raleigh advances because of the nerds. Makes you wonder, right? Now, I'm not saying for sure that Major League Baseball rigged the Home Run Derby because I don't want to get sued. However, the evidence is there. You can decide for yourself whether or not the Home Run Derby was rigged, like a slot machine in Vegas back when the mob ran Vegas and they didn't have resort fees and charged for parking, and it was a great town back in the day. However, here's the thing. When you're telling me, all right, you're telling me that Cal Raleigh squeaked past Brent Rooker by, let me check the math on this, 0.08 feet, less than an inch. Now, I know that every inch matters. I've heard that before. But less than an inch. Let me repeat that for those of you in the back of the room that are a little intoxicated. Less than an inch. Does that not raise an eyebrow? It does for me. It does for me. It does. It does. We're talking about baseball. This is not supposed to be quantum physics. I know the nerds at baseball got a chubby that they got to decide this based on the StatCast. Allegedly, we're measuring moonshots, right? To the moon! We're measuring this, and it comes down to the width of a gnat's eyelash decides who advances in round one of the Home Run Derby. And the conspiracy part of it, when you toss in originally on the television broadcast, they assumed there would be a swing-off, they said on the broadcast. And so here we are with the bigger name player. We can all agree on that. Every man, woman, and child can agree. The bigger name player in this between Brent Rooker and Cal Raleigh is Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh's not going to win the MVP, but he's having an MVP season. Switch hitting catcher, great nickname, the big dumper. What's not to like, right? He's in the MVP race with Aaron Judge, and he advances to the second round. Originally, it was, would he advance? Would he not advance? He advances. He ends up going on and winning the Home Run Derby crown by a razor-thin margin. We are talking, again, less than an inch. Okay, less than an inch. Like a paper cut is what we're talking about here. And that ended up being the thing that decided it. And so all things being equal, if we agree this is a television show, okay, it's a TV show, and the story is Cal Raleigh, that this is his magical career year. He's put it all together. He'll never play as good as this for Seattle. This is his career year. You don't have two career years. You have one career year. So that's the case. And then you look at Brent Rooker, who's also a good player and has had solid numbers. He's got a nice contract. He's making a lot of money. But the baseball mantra is anybody advances not wearing an Athletics jersey. Do you understand the Athletics are the shame of the family of Major League Baseball? They're an embarrassment, okay? They play in a minor league ballpark in a town that baseball is so embarrassed about, they won't even say the name. That's how little Major League Baseball thinks of Sacramento. They're so shamed by Sacramento. It is such a wart on their ass that they will not say Sacramento Athletics. You're not allowed to say it. They're just the Athletics. But where do they play? They're just Athletics. It's so shameful. And so is it beyond the realm of possibility that Major League Baseball said, I don't know, nobody will question it. Nobody ever questions the StatCast numbers, ever. So you've got the ugly redheaded stepchildren, the Athletics. Brent Rooker plays for them, who are baseball orphans until eventually they get to Vegas. And so now listen, I'm not going to sit here and say Seattle is a mecca of baseball. We like to use the line that came from Cowboy coach Jimmy Johnson back in the day, where he famously said of Seattle, it's Southern Alaska, when he had to go up there for an NFC championship game. However, side by side, if you put Cal Raleigh and Brent Rooker side by side, right? You put them side by side. Cal Raleigh's like Taylor Swift. Okay? It's just that's the case there. So that's where we are. Now, the other thing, and this has been going on for a little bit, but we were reminded of it. We forget about it once the Derby comes and goes. But where are you at on Major League Baseball handing Cal Raleigh, the winner of the Home Run Derby, a $1 million cartoon-sized check? And the winner of the Home Run Derby won $1 million, in this case, Cal Raleigh. So where are you at on that? They also had the championship belt and the chain, which I got to tell you, Cal Raleigh didn't look that cool with the chain. They were hoping for cool. They didn't. Cal Raleigh didn't look that cool. He didn't. Anyway, so this is the $1 million prize from Major League Baseball. This is the people over there in New York who run Major League Baseball who think they are marketing geniuses yet again. Hey, you know what? At NBA, they give out more money for the dunk contest. Why don't we take a page out of their playbook? And then you got the wrestling. People seem to like that a lot. They have the belt, and people like bling bling. So let's put a chain. We'll have a big thing there, and that'll be the way we do it. We're gonna make the Derby cool again. We're gonna make the home run Derby cool again. So get the bags of dough, get the jewelry out, and it's on. Put some fireworks in there for the home run derby. Give out some oversized gloves to fans, and we're in. So we're at the point now in the story where you now need to bribe players to get them to take part in the All-Star Game festivities. So, again, it's just baseball's trying to be like basketball. They're trying to be cool. They're not cool. Baseball's never cool. I like baseball, but they're never cool. Right? You can't be really cool as a baseball player. And trying to be a little flashy with the jewelry, trying to get that in there. But the thing about this is, and maybe I'm wrong on this, you can correct me if I am, I'll give out the number in a little bit, but it's like Major League Baseball selling the home run derby as Slumdog Millionaire, like giving the illusion it's going to be a rags to riches story. Like in their head, the marketing people at Major League Baseball are like, listen, somebody who's like on a rookie contract is going to win the Derby, and they're going to make more money for winning the Derby than they make playing for whatever team they play for. Spoiler alert, it did not work. It did not work. And it wouldn't have worked anyway. Like if somebody they thought was going to win, one of these guys on the rookie contract would have won, it still would not have worked, right? The rags to riches thing doesn't work. Now, I'm old enough. When I was a kid, there were still baseball players that got jobs in the offseason selling cars, or I don't think they cleaned toilets, but they had jobs in the offseason. Some of them did. But now, everyone's loaded. Everyone's rich that plays baseball. There's no poor people that play Major League Baseball. Doesn't exist, right? Do you know the minimum salary in Major League Baseball this season is $760,000? If I knew somebody that made $760,000, I'd say, holy crap, what's it like to be rich? My God. And so baseball's so out of touch. They're so obtuse, the people at marketing in Major League Baseball. Like, did they really think that Joe Schmo sitting on their ass eating bonbons, watching the home run derby on their sofa was going to think, well, I really feel good. This rags to riches story here is a poor, helpless baseball player only making $760,000. And now they got $1 million. And, of course, it backfired. It was ruined because Cal Raleigh, let me check my notes here, $17.5 million salary, $100 million contract, and he won the home run derby. Yeah, so he probably just gave the check to his younger brother, said, here, go buy some stock. Buy some stock with dividends. Knock yourself out. All right, now, last word. All right, last word. So Cal Raleigh, big win there, big win. Now, this has created, and I already got a couple emails from our friends that listen to the great Pacific Northwest here, because there's nothing quite like a Mariner fan. Now, you might not know Mariner fans because you might live far away from Seattle, but the Mariner fan is already pacing around their apartment, biting their nails, wondering whether or not, yes, Cal Raleigh is going to now start sucking and ride the vomit comet. You know, Robbie, the Mariner fan's freaking out. Oh, my God, he swung for the fences. He's going to, the jinx. What about the jinx? The so-called derby jinx, right? That's a thing. People are now spooked. Mariner fans, oh, my God, we can't have nice things. Cal Raleigh's going to blow because of the derby jinx. So thumbs up, thumbs down. Should Mariner fans be paranoid about Cal Raleigh going into Slump City because of the home run derby jinx? So I'm going thumbs down on this. I'm going to go thumbs down on this. Now, this is an old wise tale that has been passed down from previous generations about the home run derby. And the theory is that the players that participate in the home run derby, the all-star slugfest, right, the people that are out there, they come back cursed that they have home run PTSD, and it just messes with their mind. Their swings are in shambles, and their timing is off, and their stance go down, 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 down. That's how it goes. But let me help my brothers and sisters in the great Pacific Northwest here. I will put on my shrink cap. I will be Benny the Shrink, and I will help you out. I'm going to do it. I'm going to cut through the psychobabble. If you take a deep breath, you can do it. You take a deep breath. You put the antacids down. You put the bottle down. You stop buying the hogwash. Just stop. The jinx is about as real as next time you go out to Safeco Field. Sasquatch, an actual Sasquatch, throws out the first pitch at a Mariner game. There's a better chance of Sasquatch. Hey, I'm not talking about a mascot. I'm talking about the real Sasquatch coming out, Bigfoot, throwing out the first pitch. There's a better chance of that. Right? Now, I get it. People love a good story, right? Stories are the greatest. We learn from stories. We all learn from stories. Doesn't matter where you come from. But the idea that the Derby, the MLB Home Run Derby, is going to screw up Cal Raleigh so much that he's going to be terrible, right? And I know why this has been a thing, because there were players years ago that had bad second halves, right? But the correlation ain't causation on this one, and the numbers back it up. The actual data. Now, if you go, we have a long home run derby history here, and not just some internet chatter, but actual data has shown there's no consistent drop-off in performance by those that are in the home run derby. Now, are there players that go into a prolonged slump? Yes, there are. Absolutely. There's others, though, like Pete Alonso, a regular in the home run derby, wasn't in this year, or Aaron Judge, who keep monster mashing, even though they were in the home run derby. So it's essentially a coin flip, not a curse. It's a coin flip. And if the big dumper comes out and takes a dump for the Seattle Mariners there on the field in late July and August and all that stuff, it's not because of some mythical derby voodoo. It's not because of that. It's because baseball's a grind. We get into those dog days of summer, and it's brutal.